Okay, it's reading time. Even though I'm recording this in advance because I don't think I'll be able to make a recording this coming Monday due to weather we're supposed to get, and I won't have my space here to do that with my kids home and everything. We're expecting a lot of snow this weekend, and on my birthday, which is Monday, which is today, if this is when you're watching it, because that's when I'll be posting it. Hopefully I have a better birthday this year than last year, but okay, we'll see. Let's see how this day is going for you. Maybe snow covered. Maybe it's your birthday. Alright, I'm going to start. I felt like I wanted to start with my Dragons deck for this. I love this deck. It's so pretty. Purpley, shiny dragons. I love the artist, Amy Brown. All of the deck creator is written by Angie Sullins, but the art is Amy Brown. Okay, anyway, I've said enough. Let's get started. Let's see what we've got going on here. What kind of energy and why? Okay. Got a big spread. We got the artist. I like that. 41. Oh, that's how old they'll be. Let's not talk about that. The balancer, the artist, the fire bearer, the healer, and the dragon sword. Okay, let me just make sure all these are in the frame. Right? Yeah, okay. Okay, and just I want to go over some numbers here in case they're important to this collective. You have 1 and 2, 41, 43, and 19. Alright, I don't know why I just grabbed this deck. So, the balance... Should I read all these to you? I'm going to read them, because I love this deck so much. I know it's a lot, but they're short. Alright. The balancer. Before you act, take a moment to balance. Every dragon knows that the best pounce comes from a balanced position. Every cat, too. Whatever you're up against at this moment, the sacred pause is needed. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to say what just came to my mind because it's just too funny not to, and especially since I just laughed at myself. When I read that line, every dragon knows that the best pounce comes from a balanced position, and then I said, just like a cat. For some reason, when I said that in my mind, the first image that popped into my head is one of those videos where, like, a cat is, like, you know, they look like they have their butt going, they look like they're ready to pounce, and then they go to jump, and it's just like, straight. I don't know why that came into my mind as I was reading that, but maybe that's just something to connect you to this reading if, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Whatever you're up against at this moment, the sacred pause is needed first. Don't decide, don't act. Take a moment to consider all the options and find your footing. Clear thinking, compassionate feeling, and balanced power are what is needed right now. Okay. Let me read them in order, not numerical order. I'm going to read them in order as they're going. So we've got that first. So there's something that this collective, right off the bat, you're going to be called to find balance in. 41. The artist. It's a great day to be creative, no matter how artistic you believe yourself to be. Messages, insights, direction, and even wisdom can arrive from the flow that creativity generates. You don't have to have a goal in mind, nor do you need to make a masterpiece. Your life is the masterpiece, and your willingness to get into the right brain flow of curiosity and creativity helps align you with the genius waiting to be expressed on the canvas of your life. Wild dragon wing creative abandon is calling you right now. Answer. Okay, so maybe a call to find balance by going, something creatively to not act impulsively, right? 19, the fire bearer. Fire is your friend right now. Whether you need a spark of inspiration A flame of determination, the blazes of anger, or the fire of transformation. This moment is about what needs to burn. Do not be afraid to let yourself embody your own passion. Let yourself be ignited. Heat is necessary for alchemy. And now is the time for you to let the fire have its way with you and your present circumstance. Ooh. Change is on the horizon, and any dragon knows fire is the companion of change. Yeah, you gotta go through that fire to get that change, right? You gotta get burnt to a crisp to phoenix out of that. Truth. I like that being right in the middle. Like finding balance, finding a creative, but then finding fire, right? Not anger. That's not. I don't feel that. I know that was one of the things. But if anger is something you need to push you forward, let it push you forward. But don't let the anger affect your character, right? Just let it be a motivator. Like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like this, I don't want this anymore. You know, like that. Let it motivate you, not the kind of anger that causes you to lash out and you know what I mean. Okay, next one. The healer. Dragons can be helpers, and if you carry dragon's blood in your veins, which you likely do if you're watching this, you're all magical. Sorry. It's likely you want to leave this planet better than you found it. Just remember the one rule all fierce beings employ before contributing healing services. Offer help to those who are helping themselves. Truth. That is such a hard lesson for people to accept and learn, because it's like you feel like you just have to, it's like just because people get into this mindset where like, oh, I have to help them, they can't do anything for themselves, and that just makes that person believe they can't do anything for themselves. They never will do anything for themselves. I know it sounds so mean. I've been there on the other side of where that just sounds mean, but it's not. If someone isn't going to help themselves and create the change in themselves that they want, there's nothing that you can even do to help them. Sorry, I don't know why I had that weird deviation. Let's just keep reading. This way, you are able to maintain your vitality without leeching it out in the name of dependency. Another healing principle dragons know. You can only meet someone as deeply as they're willing to meet themselves. Truth. So whether you fly high or dive deep, you must understand who and what you're dealing with. Now is the time to employ discernment and offer a healing hand, paw in claw. Aw, cute. All right, dragon sword, number 2. Now we're going to get some clarifying for these. The sword of truth doesn't just cut with its blade, it also cuts with words. Consider your words carefully and then tell the truth. Dragons may be many things, but liars they are not. If you want to soar to your full potential and dominate your personal space with a wingspan of power, share your truth. It will set you and others free, even if it bites. Wow. So this row, this dragon sword is truth. That's like the Ace of Swords there. That's truth. I'm curious to see what's going to confirm this, what the truth is about here for this collective. Okay, so let's... I think I am going to go with tarot right now. The Balancer. Or should I go with... I don't know why I'm being called to now go for this color deck. Let me do that first, and then I'll get tarot. All right, the Balancer. I think I'm mostly. Oh my God! Please, I hope that was in the frame. Holy crap! This is to confirm the Balancer. This is the card that came out. Stop it. Okay. Confirmation. First row. What this collective either is needing to find or is So whether this is a past already done or present, like starting here, this is where you're headed, or if you're in between one of these right now, I'm feeling more like this is where we're starting. I don't, and it's weird because usually I feel like we're somewhere in the middle, but I'm feeling like we're actually right here. This collective, this finding balance. That's magic. I just okay. So balance to confirm the balancer. So I'm not gonna get another one of these for that. Clearly, it's just like okay, I got it. The artist. Oh, you got two for that. Okay. The artist. Anxiety and surrender. Okay. So the artist card, remember, it was about kind of pouring maybe whatever you need to find balance with into something creative. Something that can, it's like I like to say, turning that pain into purpose. Finding an outlet that helps you, like a cathartic tool where you're not sitting in your emotion. You're finding balance in it because you're releasing it in a healthy way, right? So and I think this is part of what this collective needs to find balance is something to do with anxiety, fear, worry, overthinking, but with surrender coming out with it, I'm feeling it as literally surrendering that feeling into something creative. Let yourself express it and feel it. The more you get it out into something other than your body and your mind, the better you can find balance in it. You can see it because it gives you something to see, right? Does that make, well, this collective, it'll make sense. Instead of just feeling it and being in it and it consuming you, putting it into something tangible that you can see, like you're surrendering to it. You're letting it, you're letting yourself feel it, and then you can see it, right? Then you have something tangible to say, this is where I'm at. This, you know what I mean? It's a cathartic way of letting yourself feel what you need to feel without letting it take you out of balance. And I think, I feel like for this collective, because because of what I just said, don't make it fit, I feel like you would be the type who, having something tangible in front of you, like for me, it's my journal, okay? Having my journal to reflect back on when I'm releasing my emotions and stuff like that, that for me is, that's my creative outlet. That's what I surrender to get my balance and whatever. So for this collective, I feel like it might be something. Well, it's something similar. Something that you can. I feel like you're like me, like where it helps you to have something tangible to look at or see, to reflect on, to really surrender and find balance. That's what helps you to reflect on it, to have something to see it, not just reflecting internally, sitting, crying, thinking, overthinking everything. It's something tangible, okay? It'll make sense to the right collective. All right, 19, the fire bearer. Rest. That's interesting to see with the fire bearer because that's like where you find your flame, your ignition, your like what did this say? There was something in here that heat is necessary for alchemy. Change is on the horizon, and any dragon knows fire is the companion of change. This moment is about what needs to burn. Maybe this collective, I kind of want, maybe I'll have to get a different clarifying deck for that, but because I'm on the fence on whether this is a call to ignite a rest period in you, to reflect, to find that balance, right? Or if it's telling you it's time to come out of that, like it's time to stop resting, right? Let Let me get one more for that, for rest. Happiness. Still not helping. Gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna have to get another deck for this because I'm just on the fence of whether the rest and happiness vibe is something that's needed or something you need to come out, like the rest period. If it's something that's needed to get for this happiness, or if it's something needed to come out of for this happiness. This does not help me at all. So I'll get another deck. We'll come back to that. I'm almost feeling like for this to be your leading card in this energy here, my instinct is saying there is maybe a rest period that is needed. But I think I might eat my words because you have the truth at this truth card at the end. So, but again, on the fence because this kind of energy at the end, where you need to find balance first, this could really mean either taking a rest period to focus on this for yourself for a while, this happiness within yourself for a while, to heal, to then be able to come with truth. It could also, but on the flip side, it could also be needing to come out of that rest period to ignite yourself into this happiness and healing and truth. So, again, we'll see. Let's get one for the healer. Okay. We got sadness and comfort. Immediately, and you know what's funny? I'm just noticing in this too for some reason. All these little dots that are in the background of sadness, there's also those little dots in these flowers of comfort. So, and for some reason that immediately made me feel like finding comfort within the sadness. Does that make sense? And it's funny, you got these little flowers, hanging on this card too for the healing. And the colors too. I feel like there's something to do within your healing where you are either, and it sounds weird to say finding comfort in your sadness, but it's almost like more of like an understanding, especially with the healing energy, letting the sadness, the comfort of knowing that something sad had to happen, letting it heal you. Yes, it's sad, but it's growing you. It brings you comfort in a way of knowing that it was meant to happen, like it had to happen. It's gonna grow you. It's for the betterment of you and maybe someone else. There's just something here about finding comfort. Like I'm hearing like the sadness wasn't for nothing. Like it wasn't for nothing. And I'm gonna say it came to my mind. It almost feels like not only with yourself, telling yourself that, but it's like I hear you saying that to someone else. Like that you understand, I don't want to. It doesn't sound like when I say it out loud. It doesn't sound like it doesn't match the feeling I'm feeling. I was gonna say, like it's almost like you telling someone. That you wonder. I don't know how to put this. It's like. This is gonna sound so weird though. It's like not only finding the comfort in your own sadness, like that feeling of I get it why I had to have like that what I just said, but like something about someone else's sadness. Not finding, and this is why I didn't want to say it, like not finding comfort in someone else's sadness, but seeing there's something, but it's like it's almost like when you think about why someone else was sad about something, it comforts you in a way because it makes you think about how much they cared about you, or how, like, it's not a comfort in because seeing them sad makes you comfortable. That's not what I mean. It's like whatever they were sad about somehow brings you comfort because it shows something to you, something healed or something true. I just spit on my card, sorry. I hope that made sense this good, because that was hard to get out to make sense in the right way. Alright, Dragon Sword. That almost came out. I think that was the Death card. Disruption. Under truth. The truth that's gonna... I'm just... my first thought is that this collective, you're... especially with this anxiety here, there's some... I'm feeling this as, being afraid that the truth will disrupt something, like that it will ruin something, or maybe this is indicating something, a disruption that's blocking the truth right now. We'll have to let me get one more from here, and then I'm gonna grab a tarot, I think. Maybe not. One more time. Okay, not this deck. Got it. You're the boss. Let's switch to tarot then. Alright. I think I'm just going to go in order again. We'll just knock this out and see what this collective is got to tell the truth about, or what the outcome of this is going to be. Okay, balance. Knight of Swords. Oh. Yikes. Knight of Swords. That's some heavy energy. That's grief, depression, sadness. It can even be a little bit of victim mentality, like feeling sorry for yourself. Just stuck in that. Can't sleep, can't eat, can't focus, can't... All you can think about is the loss, the grief, the depression, whatever it is. I'll get one more for that. Oh. Okay. Don't make it fit. This collective, you are trying to find balance right now in the way you're feeling about a missed opportunity. There's something for this collective where the Fool in reverse, you didn't take a chance, I think, where there was a chance to be taken. And you're sitting in such regret about it that you're trying... It's like you're it's so funny. For two cards of balance to come out first before this, I feel like this is something that this collective you would have been struggling to find balance with and make like, it's like you're trying to... I can hear this collective say, make it make sense in your head, like why can't I figure this out? Why can't I just do this? Like that, I feel like there's something where this collective, you've been stuck in your mind in grief and depression and just kind of beating yourself up and maybe a little bit of victim mentality, like how did I let myself get to this point, like how do I get out of this, because of a missed opportunity, something you feel like you missed out on taking a chance with, and you're trying so hard to either find a reason why you did that or justify continuing to stay away from it. It's like you're trying to find a balance in where to go next. All right, let's get one for this row. What is this? Creativity. When it came out, it was upside down, and it kind of went like this. So I'm unsure how I should really take it. Nine of Pentacles is almost a card of wish fulfillment. But with it, like I said, with it being in between, there's something with this collective where you felt like you could have had that, like that feeling of fulfillment and like all your hard work and all of you finally got what you need, deserve, want, have always imagined you would have, and ready to. It's like this, not only this feeling of having everything, but excited to share it, and like a sense of just humble pride and accomplishment. And it's like but there's something where it's in between, and I feel like whatever this missed opportunity, it's like you feel like you missed your chance to have that kind of fulfillment. It could have something to do with a job. Pentacles can sometimes, or can be, for finances. So it could have something to do with a financial opportunity or situation. But if you happen to watch my readings, you'll know that I view Pentacles as core, foundational beliefs, values, perspectives that we embody internally, like in our deep in our soul, right? Like us, like, and I feel like there's something where this collective, you felt like you missed out on feeling that completion within yourself, and it's like you're not sure, and maybe you kind of, and for it to come up under this creativity, maybe this would be another detail. You would be putting that feeling into something creatively or being called to. Maybe you need to write about it, or maybe you need to collage about it, or draw, or whatever it is that creatively is how you express yourself and what makes you feel fulfilled. Like it would fulfill you. You need to surrender to that, I think, a little bit. You got the surrender card with that, with the anxiety. Surrender the worry about it. I think if it's eating you away in this if you're still in that Nine of Swords, this would be eating away at you. That would be why you're being called to get it, like I said, get it out of your body, out of your head, put it somewhere tangible where you can see. You know what I mean? I feel like there's something with this collective. It'll help you deal with it. It'll help you see, like, oh my God, like this is. It'll make sense to you. Let's get one for this middle row here. Again, not helping. Because I really still want to know whether you're being told to come out of this rest period or go into one. And then you have this death and rebirth in reverse. It's like... Sorry, I know, again, you can't see me, but I'm just staring, contemplating. For... it feels like it's like death in reverse is a fear of change, a fear of starting something new, losing hope, mourning the loss of something, but not doing anything to about it. Like, and I don't mean a person. I don't mean, not a person. Like the mourning the loss of a connection, or, I mean, I don't mean a person like, I mean, you could have lost a person like in a relationship, or not like, not actual death, is what I mean, okay? But clinging to the past. All right. What I just got was within this ignition that is needed. I feel like you're being called to, like, whatever this fire that's meant to transform you, right? I think it's transforming you through a rest period where you reflect, where you're reflecting on happiness that, like, with this can't let go of the past. There's something where this collective, you would be reflecting on, and it would add to this grief of not taking a chance. So whatever this is, it's like, I think it's trying to transform you into where you can remember the past, right? You're clinging to the past, but let it transform you. Let the time you take thinking about it, whatever, through this cathartic means, through the rest period where you reflect and you think about the happiness that you had. Like, there's something with happiness with this that is keeping you stuck because you're in grief over it. Like, I missed my chance with that. But there's something here with let it like that thing I like to say, turning pain into purpose. Let that pain of the happiness and thinking that you've lost it push you to transform. Let it push you to this truth. Get to this healing where that sadness, see? I knew there's something about happiness and sadness with this collective where it brings you comfort. It's like you think of the happy times, but then it makes you sad because you feel like you missed out on it. And it's like trying to find comfort in this. Watch the beginning. Let's get one for this healing row. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. And didn't I say at the beginning of this card is Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. And here is the Ace of Swords. In reverse, and in the wrong freaking row, but that makes sense. If you have to get to this Ace of Swords, you have to flip it around first. You got to get it out of reverse, right? And that has to do with some healing. So there's something in this healing row that has to do with the deviation I had about the comfort and sadness. Okay, don't make that fit. That deviation, realizing that. Seeing. Letting yourself see the bigger... I had that deviation of letting yourself see why the sadness had... What it had to create in order to keep you pushing forward. There's something about needing to accept that realization, needing to get past. So right now, this collective, don't make it fit. You're stuck here. This is what you need to get. This is how we need to progress. Maybe you're kind of in between with this creative energy here too. I wouldn't be surprised if you're already, like I said, if you're kind of like me, where that having that tangible thing to look back on helps. I think you would already be doing this, but it's for it to pop up here is keep doing it. It's going to help you. It's going to help you transform. It's going to help you through your rest period and through getting through this grief and this, I'm feeling it kind of like a hermit energy, like, going isolation, reflecting on the happiness, but letting it, not reflecting on how you've lost it, but reflecting on how it made you feel. Remember how it made you feel to make you want a new start. But then accept that all of the things, even the chance that you missed, had to happen, right? Letting turn all of that into a realization, not something that you're denying or trying to make yourself believe it can't happen anymore. It's there. You have the truth in your mind. It's like you know how this can progress, but it comes to this getting to this truth. And I think this it's funny that disruption came up over it, and then you have it in reverse right before. I feel like the disruption in truth is just not admitting it to yourself to fully heal it, to consider the happiness, the sadness, all of it in a different way, in a way that comforts you to realize the bigger picture of it all, and how the truth is really what will set you free in the end. Even if it's the truth, like, I missed my chance, I effed up, like, this is what I've realized now. You know what I mean? Alright, last one. Disruption. And this dragon sword. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. So this is... I had the deviation in the beginning of this collective being kind of afraid that the truth would disrupt something. I think this is confirming that. Two of Cups in reverse. You're afraid that the truth is going to cause further disharmony. It's going to cause further separation. Where you want unity and harmony with this situation, you're afraid that ultimately the truth... It's like that feeling I'm hearing, like, I realized it too late. Like, it's like, okay, great, I see the truth now, I can speak it, I'm ready to speak it, but what's the point? If it's just gonna, it's like it's been too long, it's gonna make things, what if it just makes things worse now? What if it makes it look like I've just been hiding this all along? And, you know what I mean? Like, it's, like, I think there's something where this collective, you're afraid of the perception of how this truth might be seen. That was very specific. Let me get, I know this is going for a while, but I kind of want to see... This collective, where... Because I'm... There has to be... I'm just confused as to what the... For you to think that you finally coming out with the truth would further disrupt harmony and cause separation... It just makes me feel like, again, I feel like there's something to do with a missed opportunity, and you feel like because you missed that, it's over. Like, even coming out with the truth now would just make things worse. I feel like this collective, you feel like by telling the truth to this, whoever this is or whatever, like, they would just be like, oh, now you want to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe you're afraid, like you said, like I said, it would just cause more disruption, more lack of harmony, more separation, more, like, maybe they'd be annoyed by you coming out with this truth now. Because it feels like there's probably been a lot of time for, like I said, I had that deviation when I mentioned the two balancing coming out together. It feels like it's been a long time that this collective has been struggling with this, and maybe, I'm gonna say, especially with the kind of victim mindset I mentioned, like, holding yourself back, and it's like you're getting to a point where, like, I've stopped myself from this for so long. Can I even, like, this collective, you'll get it. So let me get how, what am I at for time here? Probably way too long. 40 minutes, oh my god, okay. Let's do this. I'm going to get, because I feel this is very clear as for what this collective is going through right now. But obviously, what good is a reading? I mean, not what good, of course, if it confirms what you're feeling and it gives you that magic feeling like, oh my god, makes you feel seen, it served a purpose as far as I'm concerned. But I with this kind of energy, I want to get, I'm going to get universe's perspective on this connection, okay? Universe's perspective on this. Or this person. I feel like that there was a card that almost flipped out, and I think it was perspective. Am I not meant to get this deck? What's going on today? Universe's perspective. Okay, that's weird. First of all, it's weird that only 2 cards wanted to come out, and for the universe's perspective, and these 2 to come out. Breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed, abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. Maybe I'll just go for a different deck because clearly they didn't want me to use that one. Breaking point. What's breaking point? This is weird. I don't know. It feels like breaking point. There's that freaking harmony. For this to be, I'm trying to read this, like I said, universe's perspective on this energy. Breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed, with harmony on top of it. Balance, peace, happiness. Maybe I should have asked what the universe's perspective was on the outcome, because this is more, I feel like, the perspective of in this moment where you're at right now. Let me get one for abandon too. Oh my god. Left out, walked away, cold, vacate, get away, relax, have fun. Sorry, this is such contradicting energy for me. I'm just trying to... Oh, and you have healing at the bottom. Self-care, introspection, meditation. Okay, so... I don't know why that kind of made... The thing that's throwing me off, I think, the most is with what we've discussed here, for the universe to come up with this abandoned energy and breaking point, the only thing that keeps coming to my mind is that this dynamic is at that point where it's kind of feeling like it's going to be at a breaking point. And because it's feeling like you've just abandoned. have to be just blunt with when I feel this energy, the breaking point with harmony, for it to be universe's perspective, it feels like almost I don't want to say a warning, but like an urge that the like this is at that point where it's either you're either gonna make it or break it. You're either gonna make or break this energy. But it's like right now with this left out, walked away, cold. I want to say the universe is seeing it as there's nothing going on right now. It's like you're at a stalemate. I feel like it could be a separation. It could be just especially with walked away, left out, but cold. Just something about a coldness. There's something about a coldness in this dynamic right now where it doesn't feel, which maybe feels like maybe why it contributes to why you would feel the way you feel about the truth, your truth coming out. If it's gotten cold, it's like that feeling of, are they even going to listen to me? Will they even want to hear what I have to say? But then with this vacate over the top, get away, relax, have fun. And then you also had with this energy here with the rest and the happiness. I can't see the universe saying like you need to go on a vacation and get away and have fun with this person or even by yourself unless that is part of what you kind of need right now. You need like that rest. You need to be in that rest period. That I don't like. That's what this kind of makes me. I don't like this card for some reason. I don't know why I don't like it, but it seems like every time it comes out, it doesn't come out in a context where a vacation makes sense. And that's why I hate it so much. So I feel like it's coming out because of the way I've allocated it in my head, and I have to keep remembering that in my perspective, I have kind of allocated this as more of that taking a break, rest, chill. You know what I mean? Like, and that actually aligns with this energy. So I think the universe is literally saying at this point, there is nothing happening. It's at a point where the harmony of it all, the balance of it all can be made or broken with whatever comes from this rest period. Okay. That made a little bit more sense after that healing card was at the bottom there, but I actually want to get one more deck that I didn't take out because I'm a dumbass. Where are you? Here we are. I want this one for. Okay, I'm gonna universe's perspective on the outcome, not on the situation right now. If we can know that. Universe's perspective on the outcome. I'm gonna say if collective, if you are able to get through this, to speak your truth, if you're able to speak the truth, because I feel like the fear here with this collective is what's going to happen if I tell the truth. Is it going to hurt me? Is it going to hurt them? Like, what's it going to do? Is it going to is it going to pull us further apart? Or is it going to finally harmonize things and fix things? I think that's where this collective is your fear is. I feel like that's why this is coming up in the dramatic fashion that it has. But, so what I'm going to do, universe's perspective on the outcome, if collective, if you were to speak your truth. Okay? Universe's perspective on what the outcome could be if you speak your truth. Okay. I like that. Oh, okay. All right. So you got guarded, vulnerable, holding patterns, security at all costs, blocked heart chakra, belief systems, facade, conditioning, expectations, conformity, evaluating long-held beliefs, awakening. Self-care energy. Low energy, depleted, cleansing, wanting time alone, recharge, retreat. Okay, so not only do I see this as another confirmation of this energy, of that rest, retreat, recharge, time alone, that vacay energy, as I described it. I feel there's something here that by standing in your truth, because remember, this is outcome if you do that, okay? So there's something here where by doing that, it's going to awaken you. It's going to address some conditioning that you've had, your belief systems. Remember, I had that deviation here too about something with your core belief system, right? It's going to help you. I feel like it's going to release old belief systems. Evaluating long held beliefs. It's going to help you do that. It's going to help you awaken. It's going to help you push forward with that part of whatever you've been holding back. This guarded, vulnerable. I know it says holding patterns, security at all costs, blocked heart chakra, but I feel like that's what's, like I said, outcome if you do it, it's going to be fixed. You're going to unblock that heart chakra. You're going to learn that you don't, the security at all costs that you think you had by holding back this truth, you think that was keeping you secure. I think you're learning that you're being guarded, and by standing in your truth, letting that vulnerability be unguarded, letting go of the patterns, being honest about them, that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to be honest about. That you have been stuck in patterns and trying to hold your own security at all costs, blocking your heart chakra, being guarded instead of vulnerable because of belief systems that you are going to unlock yourself being caged into, right? You standing in your truth is going to free you. I am going to say though, because this, being in this kind of energy in general, and then a huge truth with so much weighing on it in this collective's mind, this depleted low energy, I feel that. I feel this kind of energy is going to literally like deplete you of your, not in a bad way, like, but it just like, it's going to be like, it's going to drain you, because when you fill back up, it's going to be filled up in a whole new way. It's going to drain out of you everything that isn't serving you, because you're going to be letting it out with that truth. You're draining out all the crap so you can recharge with the new stuff. And I will say, even though I do believe there is a time alone, a retreat, a rest, a recharge, that hermit energy, I feel it in this middle row, like coming, or maybe you're in the middle of that too. Maybe you're kind of, or it's coming, you need to. I also see this as once it comes out, right? Once you speak that truth, you might need a little self-care. You might need a little recharge. You might need some more time alone. And that's okay. It's okay to say what you need to say and then say, like, that was really hard for me. I meant every word I said, but it took a lot out of me to do that, and I need to just, I want to know what you have to say. Whatever it is that you need to say. But if you feel like when you've said, let this out, when you've unleashed the beast, we'll say, if you feel like you need to then reflect again, go do it. It's okay. But just be honest about it, right? Be truthful about it. I just want to know, this is the outcome if you tell the truth. I want to see the universe's perspective on just you and this person in general, like your connection. You're in separation right now. Okay, that makes sense. I asked for right now. You're in separation right now. Longing, abandoned, divorce. Maybe not, it could be divorce, but I don't, no, I don't feel, with the way that went, I don't feel marriage or divorce in this dynamic. So if you are married or divorced, I don't think this is your reading, just to say that. Broken dreams, heartbreak, grief. For that to come out under right now, I feel like both of you are feeling that way. I'm gonna be honest. And you had the abandoned card, right? Another card of abandon, and it came out under you right now. So maybe this person is feeling a little abandoned by you right now, and the universe is trying to tell you that. Broken dreams, heartbreak, grief. I honestly, it's obviously both of you. It's you for sure with the grief and heartbreak, broken dreams. But for this to come out under universe perspective of um, like your connection right now, I think you're both feeling that. You wouldn't, I don't, maybe you don't know that this person is feeling that way about you. How is this collective seeing the person on their mind? How do you feel about the person on your mind? How do you truly feel about the person on your mind? Distracted and confused. And look at that. Oh, disruption, not distraction, but still. That's this collective. You're distracted and you're confused because you don't know, uncertain, unclear, unsure. Divine masculine too. So you could see them as your intuition. Okay. You could see them as your divine masculine, or you could. That's really if you're. There's nothing here about the twin flame journey, but you could just see them as like you see their strength, their how they move with confidence and logic and stand in their truth. And there could be something with it, intuition. Maybe they are. Maybe you see them as being very intuitive. Heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. Maybe you know. Maybe you know something about how they feel. But I'm saying because I asked how you feel about this person, I feel like or maybe you're learning to trust your intuition about them. But I am also feeling like there's something maybe you feel like they're a little intuitive themselves, especially with this kind of energy to come out. And maybe you are getting a little distracted and confused by something with their intuition. Sorry. Anyway, but for this to be how you see the person connected to you, you definitely see. And when I see this heart song, telepathy, inner knowing, I think you feel like that kind of connection with them. Like an inner knowing that there's something, right? But it confuses you. And this confusion and distraction, I think it has to do with this disruption energy, with this fear of, and these belief systems, whatever you're hiding, whatever you're not speaking your truth about, I think there's too many things around you that maybe you're paying attention to instead of your own intuition and your own confidence and your own beliefs. That's leaving you confused and fearful of telling your truth. Maybe you're confused and distracted by them, by something that they're doing, and it's keeping you held back to wondering if they really, like I had the deviation, if they really would even hear you out at this point. Um, Especially if they're in kind of a divine masculine energy, maybe you think they're just going to be like, no. Like, you had your chance. You know what I mean? I want one more on how you see this person. One day. Someday, somewhere, another time. So you are hoping, even though you had the missed opportunity and you're scared and there's so much going on, you are still seeing them as like someday, or you're hoping at least. That's nice. Although, like I said, you have this on the horizon if you can stand in that truth, right? And I know, easier said than done, especially with such a heavy energy around it, and maybe the time that's passed and the missed opportunity, you know what I mean? I get it. Oh, you have commitment at the bottom. How does this person connected feel about collective right now? How does this person connected feel about collective right now? How are they feeling? Holy Sorry. Oh. Divine Feminine. You see them as a divine masculine, they see you as a divine feminine? Or maybe this is how... Holy crap. That's divine counterparts. Maybe they're seeing you as... For them to see you as divine feminine, especially in this intuition here, I think there is something with... I'm going to get one more. How does the person then connected to collective see them? As a foundation, family, security. There's that freaking secure again. Was that in here? Yeah, security at all costs. It's like you want that, right? You want security in yourself, but it's like you're holding on to the wrong things to get that security. You're holding on to things that make you unhappy, that keep you just guarded. The security you want. Oh, but then, sorry, this is how they see you. They see you as their foundation. With this divine feminine here, I think they see you as being... I mean, for them to see you in that kind of light, they think you're magic. Maybe they think you're leading a little too much with emotion right now and not focusing on any logic, or not any, but like maybe you're leading more with emotion, letting it overwhelm you. Or maybe they are hoping that you're in this divine feminine energy because they see you as a foundation. One more for how they see you. Obsession. Oh, well. Infatuation, adoration, addiction. I'm gonna be honest. For me, for this card, unless there's a heavy indication of like unhealthy obsession, this card for me is about that adoration. That like I struggle to say the two words healthy obsession together, but kind of. Like, not an obsession where you feel like you need them or you cannot live, but like you love everything about them. You're just obsessed with them. Like, you just can't get enough of them. Everything they do, the ground they walk on, you're amazing. Like I said, divine feminine energy. They see you as their foundation, as their They love everything about you. They just see you as beauty, goddess incarnated. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there because you have silence at the bottom there, which I feel like is what is going on right now with you guys. But here's the thing. You're confused, you're distracted, you guys are in separation, there's a feeling of coldness, there's a feeling of watch from the beginning. But at the end of the day, this is how this person sees you. This person that you're so afraid that you're just going to cause more disruption with your truth. This is how they see you. Okay? So, and this is your outcome. Universal outcome, right? Not this one. So I'm going to be honest. My interpretation, my intuition on this feeling, and again, I'm just here for advice, to confirm things that you already feel, and to, like I said, give guidance, but not, I would never imagine to tell you what to do. You, free choice, free will. But based on this energy, my feeling is that this is the path that I think you want to be on. It's just getting over this incredibly, incredibly hard hurdle of a very big, very important, very impactful, and very long-awaited, I'm going to say, long-awaited truth. But that is ultimately only going to strengthen this in this person, the way they see you. It's only going to make this even more intense. They're going to see you as even more glowing because you're standing in your truth, right? They're going to see you as even more of a foundation because you're showing them security. You're showing them that truth, right? You're showing them a foundation, effort. And they're going to adore every part of you that you show them because they already do. Even in silence, even in separation. I feel like all this fear has nothing to do with how I think they're just, I'm going to say, I feel like they're just not waiting. Not like they're waiting by their phone, waiting, but it's like they're just ready when you are. You know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel any drama or like any like pushback towards you at this moment. Maybe there will be, like I said, I had the deviation of you being afraid of them being like, oh, now you want to. Maybe there will be a little bit of something that has to be addressed to that degree, right? Let's be real. If it's something this big that you've missed out on and now you want to kind of backtrack and say, JK, I do want that. You know what I mean? Like, just expect to have a conversation about it. So, because you couldn't blame this person for needing a little bit more confidence in this when you come through with that kind of truth. To know that it's not just a fleeting thing. Like, this, you've thought about it. You've put thought into it. You know what I mean? Just be tactful with it. Be honest. Be completely transparent with whatever it is you had to go through to get to this point. You know, your belief systems, the patterns that you continue to uphold, unhealthy patterns, trying to protect yourself at the cost of this potential connection. Your heart chakra being blocked, you know, like not opening yourself to this. How you had to get through that. Let yourself be vulnerable. How you had to get through the conditioning or the expectations or the conformity, long-held beliefs that were on you. How you had to have that awakening. How you did have that awakening. And how you've been taking care of yourself, and that the reason why you've been alone or recharging or silent is because you've really been putting thought into this. You've been trying to get through this, to get to your truth. You know what I mean? Wow. Sorry. Anyway, okay. I'm going to end it there. I hope this collective finds this reading, and I hope it brings you some kind of confidence, or maybe it helps just with your intuition that you already have, that push forward that you need to really just come through with that sword of truth, right? That dragon sword, that ace of swords. Turn it right side up, right? Nothing worth having has ever been easy, right? So just trust that if this person really already feels this way about you, and these, like I described, I think it's going to be a lot different experience than you're thinking, and you're just not letting, but your fear is right now kind of clouding things. Once you get through those clouds, I feel like this collective, you're going to take that sword and charge. And I hope this gives you the confidence to know that it's okay for you to do that. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and catch you next time. Bye.